Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about something a little bit more personal, something that I feel like a lot of adults don't necessarily talk about as often, and that's isolation. I'm currently experiencing something with a really close friend of mine who has isolated herself from the vast majority of people close to her. I don't know how to go about this video. It's going to be kind of a ramble. I try to keep it as focused as possible, but I think this is a topic that more people need to talk about. I don't want to give too much away about her identity, so I'll try to keep it as vague as possible, but I want to talk about her. I just so badly just want to tell you everything and anything about her, but she's just this wonderful, beautiful human being that's just so refreshing to be around. I don't know anyone that doesn't get along with her. And even if you do, then there's something wrong about you if you don't like her. She's this tall, beautiful person, and she just makes me so happy to be around her. She's just like this light when she walks into the room, in my opinion. And she's just so wonderful. And we've traveled together and we've spent a lot of time together. And those are the memories that I just cherish so much. We had this thing where anytime we went out at night, we would high five each other when we reached midnight and then go home. We're just two girlies that like to be in bed by 10 o'clock. So anytime we were out and we made it past the 12 a.m. mark, we'd go right back. It's time to go now. We did the thing. It's time for us to go now. That's one thing I really liked about us. She's just one of those friends where no matter how much time has gone in between talking and catching up with each other, it just feels like no time has passed. I could not talk to her for 6 months, and then we just have this full-on gossip sesh where we just talk shit and catch up with each other like nothing had changed, like no time had passed. After she graduated university, she of course had to move back to California, where she's from. A lot of friends had kind of gone their separate ways at that point. So we lost a little bit of touch, but we always try to keep each other in contact as much as we could. The more recent time I physically saw her was in 2023, but one of my favorite memories of her was she surprised me during the pandemic, actually, in 2021, I think it was. Came back to the UK to do her master's degree. And she and the other friend that we have that live here in the UK surprised me and showed up to my apartment, and she kind of like jumped out and surprised me that she was moving back to the UK. And that was the happiest. I think I cried. I was just so happy to see her because she's just one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I do feel like a bad friend because I didn't keep in contact with her even when she was in the UK. She was in school. I was trying to sort out a career for myself. We were all really busy, all doing different things. And so during that time, we didn't get to see each other as much as we would have liked. The more recent time, like I said, was in 2023 when I last saw her. And again, it's just like no matter how long apart we've spent from each other, when we're together, it feels like no time has passed. We went to a wedding for a mutual friend back in Edinburgh, and it was just the best time. She has this thing where she just loves to try new things and have different experiences. And for me, where I just like to sometimes stay in my comfort zone, being around her makes me want to be like her. I want to go see new things. I want to try different kinds of food. I want to see different spots. She was really into Harry Potter, and she, took me to different she took me to different parts of Edinburgh that kind of trace back to Harry Potter. I had no clue. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but I liked it because she liked it, and that was what made the trip even more fun. The last time we spoke was January of this year. We have this unofficial tradition where we would call each other every time around Christmas, New Year's time. My birthday is right in between Christmas and New Year, so she just always wished me a happy birthday. And again, we'd catch up, talk crap, gossip, and it was always the best time, the best part of my birthday, honestly. She has deleted her social media before, so her deleting her Instagram earlier this year, anything new, wasn't anything to be suspicious of. So how did I know how she disappeared? What is this disappearance that I'm talking about? How did she vanish? What's happened? A month or two ago, she had deleted her Instagram account earlier in the year. She said it was just like a detox. She doesn't really use Instagram that much. She just wanted a break. It's not really out of the ordinary, so she let me know, and that was fine. So we communicated on Facebook Messenger. And then yeah, a month or two ago, I noticed that her Facebook account was completely deleted, and I was really worried. I went to go search for her on like any platform I could think of, even going as far as deleting her LinkedIn. I don't know, that was the part that disturbed me the most. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, that's one thing, but LinkedIn. So I just thought that I personally was blocked. And so I just kind of sat with that because I didn't have any way to get a hold of her. And then about 2 or 3 weeks ago, someone had reached out to me and noticed the same thing. Okay, I felt relieved. She didn't just block me. It was, I guess, a bunch of people. She had blocked almost everybody, apparently. Even one of her closest friends that lives out in California, I reached out to him and he said, yeah, I'm actually worried about her. So I started a group chat with, I think there's 4 of us in the group chat right now. And we're just trying to recall the last time we spoke to her. When was the last time anyone had talked to her, and what was it about? I found out a lot of information I didn't know before that she had not told me, which is her prerogative. She likes to keep certain things secret from certain people. So it wasn't anything surprising, but I just thought something as big as this, I thought she would have shared with me. She was in a relationship since last year. The friend that we have in California had said that he was quite worried about her because this guy that she's with can be quite controlling. I think the last time our friend went to even go see her, she was constantly being surrounded by her partner. Her partner wouldn't let her be out of her sight for too long, and I think only allowed them to hang out for a certain amount of time. After talking to each other in this group chat, we noticed that she's blocked everybody. Childhood friends, close family members, everyone that we were friends with in university. She's blocked everybody. We can't find her. We can't get in contact with her directly. One of us is in contact with her mom currently, and her mom doesn't think that anything's wrong. Her mom's happy with the relationship that she's in, doesn't think there's an issue. I question her mom's judgment a little bit. I've never met her mom personally, but her mom has said some comments in the past that I don't agree with and I don't feel comfortable about. So I don't quite trust her mom's judgment, but that's the only person I think that she does have contact with. So for right now, we just have to accept that answer from her mom. We're considering the idea of sending a wellness check out to her, but because I think only one of us lives in the US right now, I'm leaving that in their hands, how they want to go about a wellness check, when they want to do the wellness check, make sure that it's completely anonymous. It's just best to leave it in that person's hands since they have full control over that part. We just want direct confirmation from her that she's okay. And I think the only way to get that is through a third party to reach out to her that doesn't have any skin in the game, that doesn't hold any weight in this situation. So as long as this third party, which is usually the police, are able to talk to her directly and hear from her saying that she's okay, then we have to accept that. I think all of us can't help but still be worried, even if that is the outcome, that she's deleted everyone out of her life and that's the way she wants to go about things. We have to accept that, but it doesn't mean that we're comfortable with it. She's just always been such a social, bubbly, happy person. So for her to be in a relationship where she's succumbed to someone being controlling over her to this degree is really worrying. I just want to interject and clarify, I don't know whether or not she's going through any form of abuse or manipulation in her current relationship. This is all just speculation based on what I was told by the last person to have seen her. That's not been confirmed. This is just kind of what seems to be interpreted from the last time eyes were put on her. So I just want to make that super, super clear. For me, as a person that has also been in an abusive, controlling relationship, I understand to a degree what she's currently going through in terms of being in a place where you feel compelled to go with what this person is saying. You know, if she is in a bad mental health space and she has this controlling person in her life, she doesn't have that much control over herself to realize that, oh, I'm cutting off the people closest to me. This isn't okay. I get why she might not be able to maybe realize that or understand what she's doing, or is just doing it to keep the peace in her own relationship. I don't know. But I understand why she might feel like that's necessary. This is a brief update. I wanted to mention the most recent form of communication we've had with her through a coworker of hers. We have a text message saying that she's been going through a lot of personal stuff, but she's okay. She just wanted to pull back from social media and whatnot. She's living with her current partner but still has her own place. She's made a point to emphasize the fact that she's not being controlling or facing any form of abuse. She's happy that she has friends who care enough to reach out to a coworker, but she said that she's fine. So that's all the current information and communication we've had from her as of right now. I just hope that she's okay and that she's well. And when she's ready to come back to talk, I'm more than happy to wait as long as possible to hear from her. You know, social isolation, after doing some research, I found comes with, being mentally unwell as well. And so either, isolating herself through this relationship or through her own volition generally indicates that there's a level of mental health that is not well or not going well for her. I also wanted to mention there's not a lot of content out there that is relating to this specific case or this specific situation of self-isolation. Even just a quick scroll through YouTube, there isn't much relevant information that's up to date. I think some of the more recent and more relevant pieces of content out there on YouTube was from 4 or 5 years ago. So, and then specifically relating to this situation, it's definitely even harder to research. So I just wanted to mention it in there that as far as I'm aware, I haven't been able to find any information to help me in this situation. So if you or someone else is more familiar with this type of self-isolation, please do let me know. Even people that we've been able to get in contact with at her job have even noticed a significant change in her behavior, where she's even isolated herself from some of the people that she works with. I just hope that if she sees this, I just want you to know that I love you. I think you're beautiful and wonderful, and I hope you're okay. There's a huge group of people that are worried about you and just want you to be happy. And if this is what you want, and if this is what you have to do, then we're all for it. Then we'll wait as long as we need to hear from you. But your friends and family members and people that you went to university with, all of us, are all worried about you. And take it at your own time. You don't owe us anything. You don't owe us a response, but we just hope that you're okay. So if you know anyone that is currently going through social isolation, or maybe you're experiencing it yourself, please know that there are people out there that love you and that care about you. And don't be afraid to reach out if you feel like you need help. If you know more about social isolation and what's involved with it, please comment below. I'd be really interested to hear your takes on it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.